Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about the random sequence synchronous counter. Random sequence synchronous counter. So in our previous lecture what we have seen that in synchronous counter, the clock will be simultaneously applied to all the flip-flops. You can only manipulate with the inputs of the flip-flops. For designing any synchronous counter, you need to draw the state diagram. First, you need to have a statement. Then, based on that statement, you need to draw the state diagram. Then, a state table. Then, find out the inputs which can govern or satisfy that state table, and then you can find out the Boolean function for the inputs of the flip-flops, and then you can draw the circuits. These are the steps we already know about the synchronous designing of synchronous counter. So today let me take an example of the random sequence, where suppose in this particular example let me take any random sequence. We can take 0, 1, 3, 5 and 7, and let's say I want the counter should back it to 0. This is what we want. We want the counter should have a state of 0. The counter should have a next state 1. The next state is 3. It should not have a state number 2. It should not have a state number 4, then 5. Then it should not have a state of 6 and then 7 and then it back to 0. It's this kind of a random sequence I wanted to generate from a synchronous counter. Okay. First thing, how many variables, how many flip-flops do I need to take? Because this is going from 0 to 7 and 7 can be written in a 3-bit. I require 3 flip-flops. Let's say I wanted to have T flip-flop. Okay. What will be the state diagram? What will be the state diagram? So state diagram will be 0, 0, 0. If the counter is in a state of 0, 0, 0, what should be the next state? Next state is, let's say, 0, 0, 1. What should be the next state? 0, 1, 1. What should be the next state? 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. What should be the next state? 1, 1, 1. And then from 1, 1, 1, it should go back to 0. And let's say, in this particular example, I do not bother about 2, 4 and 6 state. I don't bother about this. I want that if the counter should go in this state, let's say 2, or it should go into 4, or let's say if it go into 6, the next state can be anything. Let's say I do not care about these states because I know that these states are not going to occur. Okay, so let's say if the counter goes in state 0, 1, 0, next state can be anything. Next state is anything, any state. I do not care about the next state. If the counter goes 1, 0, 0, the next state can be any state. Do not care. Or you can call it right here, don't care state. Okay? And if it is 6, 1, 1, 0, the next state is also a don't care state. Don't care state meaning it can go to any state, does not matter. Okay? Let's say I wanted to design the synchronous counter based on this statement. I need to design now the state table. I know in the state table we have a present state, we have a next state, we have inputs, and let's say we call 3 flip-flop as A flip-flop, B flip-flop and C flip-flop. So the inputs are inputs of the flip-flop. So let's say the present states are QA, QB, QC. The next states are, let's say, QA plus, QB plus, QC plus. and the inputs, let's say we have a TA, TB, TC. So what does it mean? It means if the present state is 0, 0, 0, what do we want? The next state is 0, 0, 1. If the next state is 0, 0, 1, what do we want? So if the present state is 0, 0, 1, let's say the next state is 0, 1, 1. And if the present state is 0, 1, 0, which is not valid state, we do not want this state to be occur. 2. So whenever the state is 0, 1, 0, we do not care about the next state. Let's see. Whenever 0, 1, 1 is the state, I want the next state to be 1, 0, 1. Whenever 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0 is the next state, I do not care about the next state. Whenever the present state is 1, 0, 1, the next state has to be 1, 1, 1. Whenever the next present state is 1, 1, 0, I do not care about the next state. And whenever the 1, 1, 1 is the next state, present state, the 0, 0, 0 has to be the next state. Like this. Now, based on the excitation table, we can now plot TA, TB, TC. So for TA, so QA is going from 0 to 0, so 0, 0 to 0, 0, 0 to cross cross, 0 to 1, 1, 1 to cross cross, 1 to 1, 0, 1 to cross cross, 1 to 0, 1. If the present state is, let's say in this case 0, the next state is don't care, so we can apply anything to the input. So the input is also don't care at that time. Okay. Now TB, so QB we want from 0 to 0, so 0, 0 to 1, so 1, 1 to cross is cross, 1 to 0 is 1, 0 to cross is cross, 0 to 1 is 1, 1 to cross is cross, 1 to 0 is 1. What about the TC? So QC is going from 0 to 1, so 1, 1 to 1 is 0, 0 to cross is cross, 1 to 1 is 0, 0 to cross is cross, 1 to 1 is 0, 0 to cross is cross, 1 to 0 is 1. So like this we can have a TA, TB, TC. Now find out the Boolean function for TA, TB and TC. So find out TA. So TA, you can draw the K-map. The K-map will look like something like this. So you have a QA here, you have a Qb.Qc here, you have a 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. So TA is 0, 0, cross, 1, cross, 0, cross, 1. Okay, so you can have a quad here. So TA will be equal to QB. What about TB? So TB, you can draw another K-map. It's a QA, Qb.Qc. So 0, 1, cross, 1, cross, 1, cross, 1. So it's simply like this. So TB equal to QC. Okay. Now TC. You can again draw the K-map. So this is a QA, Qb.Qc. So 1, 0, cross, 0, cross, 0, cross, 1. 1, 0, cross, 0, cross, 0, cross, 1. Yes. So now, in this case, we can have, let's say, these two, and we can have, let's say, these two. Does not matter, you can make like this also. It will not make any difference. Okay? You can have Qb.Qc, you can have this. So the TC will be Qb.Qc, or this will be QA, QB. like this. So now I have the functions TA, TB, TC. Okay, now draw the circuit. So let's say I have a C flip-flop. Let's say I have a B flip-flop. Let's say I have a flip-flop. Okay, and now I can remove this. So the TA I can write here, TA is equal to QB. I can write TB is equal to QC. I can write TC is equal to Qb.Qc or Qa.Qb. I can remove this. Okay. Now the clock, let's say, are synchronized because it's a synchronous counter. The clock is here. Let's say this is TC, this is TB, this is TA. Let's say this is QA, this is QB, this is QC. What about the TA? TA equal to QB. So we can simply connect QB to TA. What is TB? TB is equal to QC. So TB can be connected like this. TB will be QC. What about the TC? TC equal to Qb.Qc. So Qb.Qc, so we can find out the Qb.Qc and we can find out the Qa.Qb here, somewhere here. So let's say I can remove this also. Let's say Qa.Qb. So this is QA, this is QB, and I can put a AND gate here. Qb.Qc. So let's say this is QB, and let's say this is QB, and let's say this is QC, and one AND gate, one more AND gate here. QA, QB, this AND gate output and this AND gate output, we can have a OR gate and we can apply this to here. And we can take the QC output here, we can take the QB output here, and we can take the QA output here. This is the internal circuit diagram where you have a three flip-flops and you have some combinational circuit to design the synchronous counter, sequential synchronous counter, random sequence. Now, one thing is very important in this. This will definitely count 0, 1, 3, 5, 7. But there is a very important concept here. Very important concept here. This designing we have done by assuming that if 2, 4, 6 will never come. That's why what we have done is, during designing we have assumed that if 2, 4, 6 comes, the next state is don't care. Because what we have assumed that 2, 4, 6 is don't going to occur. If there is not, if the state 2, state 4 or state 6 are not going to occur, it does not matter the next state is, whatever the next state is. But suppose unintentionally, accidentally, suppose by an error, suppose this state occurs, 2. And we have designed a circuit in such a way that if 2 comes, next state is don't care. 4 comes, don't care. Next state is don't care. 6 comes, next state is don't care. Now, this don't care we have taken into the K map, and we have reduced our expressions for TA, TB and TC. Okay, so if we have taken don't cares in such a way that suppose 2 comes and the next state is 4. Suppose we have taken the don't care in such a way that these don't care are making the next state as a 4. And let's say the 4 don't care, the state 4, the present state is 4 and the next state we have taken the don't care. And let's say these don't care forms the combination of as in state 2. That means whenever the state 2 comes, the next state is 4. Whenever the state 4 comes, the next state is 2. Then this counter will be logged in these two states. Getting my point or not? Because what we have designed is 2, 4, 6 as a don't care states. Meaning if the counter comes in a state number 2, unintentionally or accidentally, the next state can be anything. We have kept don't care in the state table. Okay, you can look at the state table which I have drawn just now. So in front of 2, I have drawn the don't cares, and that don't cares I have taken into the K map. And suppose the K map when I was adjusting with 1, let's say this in front of 2. Let me draw the present state and the next state again. So when I draw 2, meaning 0, 1, 0, I draw next state to be don't care. Whenever I have drawn 4, I have drawn the next state to be don't care. What does it mean? And these don't cares I have taken into account into the K map. And where I have looped the one with this don't cares. Suppose I have looped these don't cares as this. And suppose I have looped these don't cares like this. Because I was just randomly, taking the don't cares with the ones. I was looping them as per the SOP rules. Suppose this is done. What will be happen? If any time the state number 2 will come, unintentionally or accidentally, the next state will be 4. And since we have designed a circuit in such a way that if the next state is 4, if the present state is 4, the next state is 2. That means the counter will move into 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4 like this. It means the counter will be logged in these 2 states. We call this situation as a lockout state. So if any time we are designing the counter in such a way that for the unused states we are taking the don't care, the next state is a don't care, we need to check that whether whatever we have designed, whether this counter does not go into the lockout conditions. So we need to check that. So how to check that? Let me tell you the procedure. How to check that. Okay. So this I can remove. So I need to check only for these 3 states. That what will happen, since what I have assumed is, I have assumed that for state number 2, state number 4 and state number 6, the next state is don't care. But for these states I have specified. I have already specified that whenever the 0 comes, the next state has to be 1. Whenever the 1 comes, the next state has to be 3. So I do not need to check the lockout conditions for these 5 states. I need to check the lockout conditions for 2, 4 and 6. Okay. So let's say if the present state is 2, meaning 0, 1, 0, the present state is 1, 0, 0, 4, and the next state is present state is 1, 1, 0. What TA, TB, TC I have kept, so that what will be the next state? This is how I can find, because during the state table I have assumed that whenever the present state is 2, next state can be anything. But during the K map, I have taken the cross or the cross, some cross into 1, some cross into zeros, which I have looped, meaning I have taken the cross as a 1. The cross which I have not looped, meaning I have taken those cross as a 0. So that means during this finding out TA, TB, TC, I have assumed some cross as a 1, some cross as a 0. That's why I have come to this Boolean functions. Okay. So I need to find out that if the present state is this, and whatever the TA, TB, TC I have kept. So according to this TA, TB, TC and according to the present state, what next state they will lead to. Okay. This I need to check out. Okay. So what is the TA, TB, TC I have kept? So TA I have kept as a Qb, TB I have kept as a Qc, TC I have like this. So TA is what? TA is Qb. What is Qb? So present state is meaning, so this is Qa, this is Qb and this is Qc. Present state meaning this is the output. Okay. So at that time when this is the present state Q10, what TA is? TA is Qb. And what is Qb? Qb is 1. When TB, no. So what is the TB? Here TB is equal to QC. What is the QC? In this state QC is 0. So TB is equal to 0. What is the TC? TC is Qb.Qc. Qb.Qc meaning 0 or Qa.Qb meaning 0. So TC is also 0. So meaning when this state will come, at that time the input of the flip-flops TA, TB, TC will be according to these Boolean functions, and these Boolean functions are giving the values like this based on this Qa, Qb, Qc. Okay. Now whenever the 100 state is there, what will be the TA, TB, TC? So TA is always Qb, and what is the Qb here? Qb is 0. What is the TB? TB is Qc, so Qc is 0 here, so Qc is 0. What is the TC? TC is Qb.Qc meaning 0 and Qa, Qb meaning 0, so it's a 0. If the present state is 110, TA is equal to Qb meaning 1, TB is equal to Qc meaning 0, and this is Qb.Qc meaning 0, Qa.Qb meaning 1. So if this state is the present state, definitely at the time, according to the circuit or according to this TA, TB, TC, these are the inputs of the flip-flop. So as soon as the next clock pulse will come, according to this TA, TB, TC, the next state are going to occur. So here we have to find out the next state, which is Qa plus Qb plus Qc plus. Okay. So based on these inputs, these are the present states, present output. These are the inputs applied. So as soon as the clock pulse will come, what will be the next state? So we can find out. So if Qa is 0 and Ta is applied 1, so definitely Ta is in a toggle condition, so Qa will be toggled to 1. The output of the B flip-flop is 1, and at the input you have applied 0, and 0 tells you the memory state. That means Qb will be 1. Qc is 0. Qc is 0. You have applied TC also 0, so this will be 0. Qa is 1. Ta is also 0. Ta is 0, so it will be in a memory state, so it will be 1. Qb present output is 0. You have applied 0 at the input, so it will be in a memory state. Present output is 0. You have applied 0 at the input, it will be in a memory state. Present output is 1. You have applied 1, so it's a toggle, so it will be 0. Present output is 1. You have applied 0. That means in a memory state, so it will be 1. Present output is 0. You have applied 1. That means in a toggle state, the output will be 1. What does it mean? For the state 2, if the counter accidentally, unintentionally, by an error, if the counter having the state 2, according to this TA, TB, TC, the next state will be 6. And if the present state is in 4, the next state will be 4. The present state is 6, the next state will be 3. What does it mean? We have designed a counter. Suppose this counter accidentally goes into 4, state number 4. Let's say sometimes 101 was the output, but by chance, by an error, this becomes 0. So all outputs, it gives you a state of 100. So according to this TA, TB, TC, since at that time, since we have designed TA, TB, TC like this, and because of this TA, TB, TC, you are getting at the input 000. Sorry. So this state number 4 will remain in state number 4. What does it mean? It means if unintentionally or accidentally state 4 occurs in this design, in this such type of designing of counter, it will remain in state number 4. Okay. However, if it goes into state number 2, it will go to 6. Then from 6 it will go to 3, and then 3 to 5, then 7 to 0, then 1 to 3, then 5, then 7. So what does it mean? For state 2 and for state 6 there is no problem. If it is goes to state number 6, the next state will be 3, and 3 is our used state. We wanted state 3, and then 3 to 5, 5 to 7, 7 to 0, 1, 3, 5, 7 like this. But if it goes to and however if it go to 2, state number 2, then it will go to 6, then 6 to 3, and then come. So if it will go to 2 or it will go to 6, it will come again to the sequence what we want. Okay, but by chance if it will go to 4, it will be locked in this state only. It will always jump in 4, state number 4. Okay, so this, to avoid these situations, okay, what you can do is, instead of taking 2, 4, 6 as a don't care state, you can always design a sequential, you can always design a synchronous counter in such a way that whenever it goes to 2 or it goes to 4 or it goes to 6, the next state should be any of the valid state. Okay, so that you can design whenever the 2 comes, the next state should be, let's say, the initial state. Whenever you are designing, whenever the present state is 4, you can design that the next state has to be 0. Whenever you are designing a state table, what you can do is, if the present state is 6, the next state will be 0. So this will avoid the lockout conditions. So if accidentally it will go to 2, then immediately the next state will be 0. So it will go to 0, 1, 3, 5, 7, 0, 1, 3, 5, 7. So keep on changing like this. But again, if accidentally it go to 4, since we have designed in such a way that the next state should be 4 to 0, so it will again go to 0 and then again the bounded sequence, it will move in a bounded sequence. And then again, if sometimes again back to 6, then since we have designed in such a way that it should go to any valid state or the initial state, it will come out to again in the valid sequence. So this is how you can, this concept of lockout is very, very important. Whenever you are designing unwanted states to be a don't care states, the next state to be don't care states, you should always check the don't care conditions. The lockout conditions. Okay. So to checking the lockout conditions, write the present state, write the present inputs by finding out these Boolean functions, whatever you have got after the K-map simplifications, then you can find out the next states. Okay, so this is how you can find the lockout conditions, and it is better always that unwanted state need to be, whenever you are designing the state table, take unwanted state, the next state of the unwanted state, after the unwanted state, take as any valid state. Okay, so that these lockout conditions can be avoided. Thank you.